Hi, Jeff for the CBA again. Now that we've got our lube sizer all set up, primed with lube and our dyes installed, it's time to go the next step, put some gas checks on some bullets, size them and lube them. So, I'm going to take one of our beautifully cast projectiles here and pop a gas check on the bottom. And there's a little device the good people at Lyman also make called a gas check seater, and this device clips in under here, and what it does is it prevents the stem from travelling downwards, and so prevents the core of the dye from descending. So when we pop our bullet under here, we can only charge it down to about there. And what that does is allows us to seat the gas check properly. So there's the first one done. It's not always essential, but it can be quite handy with some oversized gas check shanks on bullets. So there we are, we do it again. But of course what you've got to be careful of is that you don't bend the nose of the bullet or deform the nose of the bullet, especially if you're using soft alloys, because there's the potential to put an awful lot of pressure on the nose of the bullet. And this is a cool little device as well. This takes the burr off the edge of our gas check shank, should we have one. It's one that I made up myself, but Al over at Night Owl Enterprises, NOE, the bullet bulb manufacturer, he makes a little device. So there we are. So we've done our gas check seating here, so we're good. Some of these bullets have got little fins on them from where my mould was wonderfully hot and it flowed into the air vent, so we just scrape them off there. Scrape off the fins. It's a sign of a bullet that's filled out in the absolute extreme. So then we take our gas check seater out, and now we can run the bullets down and size and lube them. So we can run down there and we tweak the pressure up on the lube, bring it up, and we see where we're at. Now we've only just installed a little bit of lube in the very bottom groove just above the gas check, and that's because we need to wind our stem down a bit, because this governs the depth that our bullet can travel into the dye. So we try again. Not enough pressure on there last time. So now we've filled the groove above the gas check and the next one up, and that may be enough. It's a personal thing that your rifle will tell you whether it likes or not, but let's fill all the grooves. So we'll just wind our stem down a little bit further, and hey presto, all three grooves are now filled with lube, and we've got a gas check seated, we've got our bullet sized, and the lube applied. So that one's a thing of beauty. So now what we can do is we can adjust the lock nut on the stem so that everything will stay in place for when we're sizing. And here's the next one. Run it down, tweak up the pressure just a little bit. Sometimes it's nice just to rotate them 50%, a quarter turn, just to make sure they're done properly. A little bit more pressure on the lube to keep it flowing, and another perfectly sized and gas check bullet. Something to note is that if you're running a short bullet, or one that you don't want to go very far into the dye, you may have to remove this lock nut from the arrangement, and you just wind the stem out. Put this right down, wind the stem right out, take the lock nut off, and then install the stem back in, and that will allow you another quarter inch or so to bring it up. But that's all there is to it. I mean, it's really straightforward. Once you get accustomed to it, pop the gas check on. Here's another one, just for good measure. Seat the gas check, take the gas check stem out, run it down, tweak up the pressure on the lube, turn our bullet 90 degrees, just so it's filled up, and look at that. That is just a thing of beauty. Lovely. And when we're done, take off the ratchet and maybe a half turn and just back the pressure off the lube in the reservoir here. Otherwise you'll come back and find that it's spewed out around the bottom and up the top there as time goes by, and it wants to try and escape all the pressure that you put it under. And that's all there is to it. Hope that was helpful.